The following is an AI-generated recreation of a movie review by Siskel and Ebert. 95% of the words spoken are taken directly from the original reviews written by Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert. The YouTube cover is artwork created by Tom Richmond. Please visit tomrichmond.com.
But Grandpa, someone must be helping Mr. Wonka work the factory.
Thousands must be helping him.
But who? Who are they?
That is the biggest mystery of them all.
That's Jack Albertson as the plucky Grandpa Joe in Roald Dahl's story of a young boy's trip to a magical candy company, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I think this was a fine idea for a children's film. And executive producer David Wolper's idea of presenting it as a musical fantasy was even better. But a problem in production design leaves the film with a hollow center. Willy Wonka is the owner-manager of a candy company which has been closed to the public for 3 years. Because no one has been seen entering or leaving the factory during that time, curiosity about who's turning out the glucose runs high. The mystery is all part of a merchandising gimmick by Wonka, who suddenly announces he has placed golden tickets inside the wrappers of 5 of his chocolate bars. Whoever finds the tickets will be entitled to a lifetime supply of candy, and this is the big prize, a guided tour of his factory. Children all over the world go wild. However, our attention is drawn to one lad in particular, Charlie Bucket. Charlie is a poor blonde, 10-year-old English waif. He's a good boy, so good in fact that he spends his meager weekly earnings on pipe tobacco for his grandfather. That's some kid. That Charlie. Anyway, Charlie wants a ticket but can't afford many Wonka bars. While wealthy children are forcing their parents to buy candy by the cause, Charlie must settle for a bar at a time. Predictably, the major tension device is that one by one the golden tickets are discovered. Who's going to get the last ticket? Whom do you think? Anticipation of what Wonka's factory is like is so well developed that its eventual appearance is a terrible letdown. Sure enough, there is a chocolate river, but it looks too much like the Chicago River to be inviting. Willy Wonka rates barely acceptable.
I thought this film was terrific. Kids are not stupid. They are among the sharpest, cleverest, most eagle-eyed creatures on God's earth. They don't miss a thing. And they have an instinctive contempt for shoddy and shabby work. I make this observation because 9 out of 10 children's movies are stupid, witless, and display contempt for their audiences, and that's why kids hate them. Shouldn't they have something good in them? Some life, imagination, fantasy, inventiveness, something to tickle the imagination? All of this is prefaced to a simple statement. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is probably the best film of its sort since The Wizard of Oz. It is everything that family movies usually claim to be, but aren't. Delightful, funny, scary, exciting, and most of all, a genuine work of imagination. Willy Wonka is such a surely and wonderfully spun fantasy that it works on all kinds of minds, and it is fascinating because, like all classic fantasy, it is fascinated with itself. This film succeeds. It doesn't cut corners and go for cheap shortcuts like Disney. It provides a first-rate cast, Gene Wilder as the compulsively distrustful chocolate manufacturer, Jack Albertson as the game-old grandfather, a first-rate production, and, I keep coming back to this, genuine imagination. The story, like all good fantasies, is about a picaresque journey. And our hero, Charlie, a poor but honest newsboy who supports 4 grandparents and his mother. The other 4 kids are hateful in one way or another and come to dreadful ends. One falls into the chocolate lake and is whisked into the bowels of the factory. Another is vain enough to try Wonka's new teleportation invention and winds up 6 inches tall. But the taffy pulling machine will soon have him back to size, right? If these fates seem a little gruesome to you, reflect that all great children's tales are a little gruesome. From the Brothers Grimm to Alice in Wonderland, to Snow White, and certainly not excluding Mother Goose. Kids are not sugar and spice, not very often, and they appreciate the poetic justice when a bad kid gets what's coming to him.